Hello, my name is Jillian West, and I have been reading tarot for years, but I have a little trick so that anybody can learn to read the entire tarot deck in just 30 minutes. We'll go through the entire deck, but watch till the very end because I actually have a little cheat code so that you can be reading tarot in as little as 1 minute. But before we start, if you can hit like and subscribe, it helps my channel so much and it helps me to be able to do these readings online and share this information with you. Alright, so let's get right into this. A tarot deck has 3 parts to it: the minor arcana, the court cards, and the major arcana cards. So the minor arcana are numbered through 1 through 10 and are each represented by a different suit. The court cards are the pages, knights, queens, and king, and they represent different powers within all those suits. And then the last one is the major arcana. So this is the cards like the Fool card, the Tower, the Magician. Each of them have a very specific and unique story to tell, but we will get into all of them in this video. Alright guys, let's begin with the minor arcana. So there are 4 different suits and each have a different meaning. And then each of these go from 1 to 10, and each number has a different meaning. So once you learn the numbers, once you learn the suits, you can read any card. So let's start by learning each suit, beginning with the pentacle. I say pentacle, you can say pentacle, whatever. You can see that it looks like a coin. The pentacle represents earthly things, possessions, abundance, family, home, career. It's represented by the earth signs as well, so Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and it has the same qualities of earth signs. So think people who take their career very seriously, people who take their home very seriously, like organization, like order. Next, we have the swords. Now, the swords deal with the mind. So think communication, clarity, ideas. It represents the air signs, so Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and it's those thoughts, those ideas. So this one's kind of hard to remember. I always get the wands and the swords confused. So just picture a sword going through the air. That's how you remember air signs. So air, swords, mind. Next, we have the cups. So the cups, that's all about emotions, feelings, connecting with other people, love, relationships. It's represented by the water signs. Think water filling up a cup. So that's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. You can think of Cancers that you know, Pisces that you know. They'll be represented by this cup energy. So when you see this and you're applying it to the numbers that you're learning, you're saying this is that number applied to love, relationships, feelings, and emotions. Next, we have the wands. So the wands represent that fiery passion. It is doing, it is taking action, it is attraction and chemistry and a love reading, and it represents the fire signs. So I like to picture a wand on fire, and so it's represented by Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You can think about people you know with those signs. They might come up when you see the wand. So the ace, or the number 1, represents this new beginning, a new start, a new opportunity. So now apply it to each of the suits. The Ace of Pentacles represents a new opportunity in career, finance, home. It's abundance, a new start that could lead to abundance. Then you have the swords. The swords deal with the mind. So it's a new idea. It's a new conversation starting with somebody. It's a new creative project. Then with the aces of cups, the cups deal with love, romance, emotions. So the ace is a new relationship starting. It can be a new chapter within a relationship. Then with the Ace of Wands, it's that new action being taken, a new journey that you're going on, something that you're starting. Then we get to the number 2. The 2 has to do with duality, choices, a decision being made. With the Pentacles, it's weighing out your options, having to do with, again, finance, career, home, family. With the Two of Swords, this is something in your mind. You're thinking about this, trying to make the right decision. The Two of Cups, this is two people, two emotions coming together. This is the union of love, two different energies coming together. And then with the Two of Wands, this is two different choices, paths to go down. Which action will you take? Where are you going with this? So 3 is what follows that decision. So you've made this decision regarding the Pentacles, finance and career, and now 3 has to do with collaboration, teamwork, coming together, or 3 options here. And with the Pentacles, it means working together with people, coming to collaborate with people, having to do with career, home, finance. With the Three of Swords, this is interesting because I've always felt the Three of Swords should be the Three of Cups and vice versa. But there's been this decision made after the Two of Swords. They were thinking about this and they made a decision, and that decision now has led to some kind of heartache, some kind of sadness. Now the Three of Cups, this is 3 people together. And so think about it in when 2 people come together, that's a relationship. When multiple people are coming together, that can be friendship, celebration, a party. And then with the Three of Wands, so that Two of Wands, which path am I going to take, is followed by the Three of Wands. You're now taking that journey. You're starting that path. You're going down that path. It can deal with travel or starting a new project. So the 4s represent stability, but it's also the calm before the storm. So with the Pentacles, it's saving money. It's financially stable. It's being frugal. With the Swords, the 4 then represents thinking about something, being meditative, pulling back your energy a little just to really think about this. Very similar with the Four of Cups. So you're now thinking about this relationship. You're thinking about your feelings about this person, or they're thinking about their feelings for you. And then with the Four of Wands, you've now gone on this journey. You've made this decision. You've started this path. And now you're just taking pause to enjoy it, to celebrate with other people. So think about it. If you've made this decision, you're going to go travel to Italy, and now you're in Italy and you're just enjoying. You're taking pause from all the action to just enjoy that. Then come the 5s. So the 5s are that conflict. So think about how turmoil or conflict arises with money and career. The 5 can be losing your job. It can be financial instability. The 5 of Swords, right? Dealing with the mind, communication. This could be an argument. This could be a debate. This could be having to defend yourself, or in issues of the mind where you're struggling with anxiety. So the 5 of Cups is that after that 4 cups, somebody's here sitting, they're thinking about the relationship, and they decide to end it. The 5 is then what follows the 4, and it's this heartache. It is a breakup, a loss. It's so sad. You see these cups are spilled here, right? But there's still some full. It's that somebody here has spilled their love. They're walking away from this, but somebody else here still has feelings. Then the 5 of Wands, this is a conflict. It's that fiery energy. It's that action. So this is really, 5 of Wands is almost like taking something from someone else. This is competition. It is aggressive. Then you get into the 6s. So the 6s are what follow that conflict. So the 6 of Pentacles is generosity. So you've been left out in the cold. You're financially struggling. Somebody wants to come in and be generous with you. It's charity. It's being charitable with somebody else. Then the 6 of Swords is that after that terrible, that argument, that 5 of Swords, that war of the words, somebody's now walking away from it. And it's painful, but they're moving forward. With the 6 of Cups, it's that sentimental feeling. It's that nostalgia. And each of these cards have a lot more meanings to them. You'll have to dig deeper, but just to really understand the concept of it. So you had this 5 of Cups, this heartbreaking loss, sadness. What usually follows that? Now we're feeling very sentimental about the past. We're clinging to the past. We're remembering all those good memories. We're looking back at old photos of them, and we're just remembering the good times. So the Six of Wands is that coming out of this battle, right? There was that Five of Wands conflict. It was a competition. And the Six of Wands is you're now coming out of that victorious. This is celebration. This is feeling seen. This is feeling appreciated by others. So then we get into the Sevens, which is a little bit of this acceptance / new inspiration. However, I have always said the Sevens are sneaky. Remember that the Sevens, it's not always as it seems. So the Seven of Pentacles is that just accepting that things will grow in their own time. So you've been through the struggle, you've had this financial loss, and now you're waiting for abundance to come in, and you've really accepted that it's going to take time for these seeds that you planted to grow. But again, the Sevens are sneaky. It's also asking you, what seeds have I planted? What am I really working on here? In regard to finance, career, family. And then the Seven of Swords. This is quite literally the sneaky card because this is of the mind, right? Like they've accepted this loss, they've walked away, except for now in that aftermath, there's this selfishness to it. They're taking, you could see, he only has 2 hands, but he's taken all the swords. It's this, I can't trust other people, so I'm only looking out for me now. The Seven of Cups, it's this hopefulness. It's this inspiration for the future. However, it again is sneaky because it's a little bit of looking at things through rose-colored glasses. It's being a little bit in denial that, it's think about how when you get, again, because the cups deal with love and relationship, you're coming out of a relationship and at first you're nostalgic for the past. And then you have this phase where you're like, you know what, this is really just the best thing that ever happened to me. I mean, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and it's going to be so great. I'm going to do this. But you haven't really processed those emotions from that breakup yet. And then with the Seven of Swords, it's this defensiveness, right? Because you just had this conflict and you came out victorious and now you're a little bit puffed up, right? So you're a little bit more aggressive than you need to be. It's a little bit like, I think of it as the card of the dog barking at the mailman. It's asking yourself, do I really need to take up this fight? Then we get into the Eights, and the Eights is taking those steps towards success. So in the area of career and finance, with the Eight of Pentacles, it's a new job. It's putting the work in. It's learning a new craft. With the Eight of Swords, this is letting go of that scarcity, right? There was that scarcity mindset with the Seven of Swords where he's taking all the swords for himself and he can't trust anyone else. Well, the Eight of Swords is telling you to take those walls down, relax, it's okay. Don't be in your head with this. Now the Eight of Cups, it's that acceptance that you're going to have to actually process the emotions from the Five of Cups to move forward. So this is the card of, okay, we're releasing this. We're letting go of what no longer serves us and we're moving on, but we're also really feeling those feelings. And then the Eight of Wands is taking that action. It is things coming in quick. It's like, okay, I've set myself up for success now. Things are going to start happening quick for me. So now the Nines are about the individual, okay? And so the lessons learned from the journey have led these people in each of the different suits to different places. With the Nine of Pentacles, all that hard work paid off. Now they have all this abundance and they're thriving in, the success that they've made for themselves. Now with the Nine of Swords, that journey, the harsh words, the selfishness, right? Putting up those walls in, the Eight, it has led this person to be alone. And now they're alone. And they have anxiety about this, maybe even depression. Now the Nine of Cups, they process those emotions. They really let go of things from the past. And now they're coming into this feeling of happiness and joy. They're on their own. It's being happy in your single era where, I did the work and now I'm just enjoying my friends and all my family and all the people who love me. Now with the Wands, they were so combative and they took up all these battles. Remember I was saying about the dog barking at the mailman, and now they're so on the defense. They're so, they've pushed everyone away and they're being too harsh and combative. So now we get to the 10, which is the completion of the cycle and the completion of the journey and the lessons learned. For the 10 of Pentacles, they put in that work. They went through these struggles. They accepted help from others, but then they did the work. They learned new skills, and now they have financial stability. They're going to build a future. They're happy in the long term. Now, the Ten of Swords, this has a painful ending. It is the end of this chapter and this journey, and they were, harsh with their words. They were selfish at times. They put these walls up, and they then withdrew and were just anxious rather than talking to people. Remember, the swords also deal with communication, talking about your feelings, talking with other people, connecting. So there's this painful ending, but it's the end of that chapter, and we all go through chapters and highs and lows. Then with the Ten of Cups, it's that readiness for a happily ever after. They've accepted the losses in the past, all the heartache, all the sorrow. They did that work. They took time for themselves, and now they're ready for that happily ever after. And that Ten of Cups is that. It's two people falling in love and, living happily ever after. However, if they skipped some of those steps, if they tried to jump straight from the 5 into this, they wouldn't have been emotionally ready for that. And then with the Ten of Wands, it's that end of that journey where they've now realized that they pushed everyone out, they were too combative, and now they're going to have to carry this weight on their own. But they're taking up that battle. They have a lot of burdens. It's hard work and it's discipline, but they're like, okay, I've done this. I'm taking up this battle. I'm taking up this weight. I'm carrying it on my own. But it's the end of that chapter. They've learned their lesson now, and now they're going to come out of this feeling more open to working well with others. All right, now let's talk about the court cards. So the court cards are like the minor arcana. You just follow those meanings of each of the suits and then think about what they're represented by. The King, Queen, Knight, Page. And they have a stronger meaning, kind of like in a deck of cards. The King of Hearts, the Queen of Hearts are more than the 2. And they go from levels of maturity, levels of confidence. So starting with the Page is like an apprentice. It's somebody who's just starting. So in a love reading, the Page of Cups, right? Relationships, this is somebody who's just flirting. They're just starting to develop these feelings. The Knight is a little bit more mature now. These feelings have grown, and now they're ready to take some kind of action towards you. The Queen is now those feelings are there. They are emotionally connected. They're protective of this union. And the King is really, it's that wisdom. It is that maturity and that leadership of really leading this relationship and wanting to come in and pursue this. So let's get into the swords. The Page of Swords, this is a new idea, a new creative project. They might not have taken all the thought put into it, but now they're pursuing this. The Knight is they've put a little bit more thought into this, but they're going to take that action. The Queen is that wisdom, that feminine intuition. She's using her knowledge, her clarity, and she communicates clearly. And the King is that really that leadership again, that confidence to speak truth. And so while the Queen is careful with her words and she says the right thing, the King is a little bit more confident. It's being willing to speak the truth no matter what. And then you just apply that to the Wands and the Pentacles as well, right? This is a new creative or financial pursuit. They're jumping in with both feet. They haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. It's that apprenticeship. The Knight of Pentacles is a little bit more thoughtful. It's, okay, I'm going to make this investment. Things are going to be a little bit more stable. The Queen, now we're getting into that Queen energy, that wisdom, that feminine intuition. Things, she creates a lot of stability here. She is able to help make wise financial decisions. And the King of Pentacles, it's that most powerful. So it is, they have this abundance. They have this success. They are now able to provide. So now that we've finished the minor arcana, we're going to get into the major arcana. But first, we're going to address the issue of cards in reverse. So what happens if we get a card in reverse? It has a different meaning. However, it's just the same meaning but flipped. So you're just gonna, it's the complete opposite, or it can be that it's a blockage. So we'll start with the first card of the major arcana, which is the Fool card. So the Fool card is beginning that new journey. It's the first card because it is the Fool's journey. You can see that he's taking a leap of faith. He's just throwing caution to the wind and he's just going for it. However, you can see his dog is barking at him like, hey, if you're not careful, you're going to walk right off that cliff. So the in reverse is just saying, you know, don't be too naive, or somebody is holding back and isn't ready to take that leap of faith. All right, next we have the Magician. So the Magician is the manifester, and they are able to create all kinds of abundance, but they're just planting those seeds right now. All right, next we have the Magician. The Magician is the manifester. They're able to create all kinds of abundance, but they're just planting those seeds now. But you can see that they're successful in all the areas: the cups, the pentacles, the sword, the wand. And so they have all this ability, and it's telling you that you have this ability to create any kind of abundance you want. Now, when it's in reverse, it's at its detriment. So it's somebody who's manipulative, right? Instead of manifesting, they're trying to manipulate others. Then we get the High Priestess. The High Priestess is that intuition. It's that inner knowing. It's that wisdom. When it's in reverse, someone's not trusting their intuition. They're not listening to that inner wisdom. All right, then we get the Empress. So the Empress is divine feminine energy. It's represented by the planet Venus, and it's all the things that we would associate with like a mother energy. So it's nurturing. It sometimes can have something to do with fertility. It's that compassionate way that women can connect. And when it's in reverse, it's a toxic feminine energy. All right, then we get the Emperor, which is that masculine. It is that leadership. It is patriarchal, but not to a detriment. It's just that almost paternal, father-like energy. When it's in reverse, it is a toxic energy. It is a controlling, toxic male. I think you guys get the point of the reverse. Everything's just flipped. So then we get the Hierophant, which is traditions, religion. It is our spirituality and the way that we can either follow traditions, like want a traditional life, or in reverse, it's carving out your own path. Then we get the Lover's card. This is that soulmate connection. It is two people coming together, and it's a sign that, you know, these two people will fit together like two puzzle pieces. When it's in reverse, it's just telling you to focus on self-love. Or if you pull it up in a love reading of somebody that you think would be your soulmate, it's kind of saying they might not be. It might be time to focus on yourself. Then we get the Chariot, which is already in reverse. And that is taking action, but it's also making a plan. So it's coming in after you've prepared. It's like training for something, or, you know, it's setting intentions, going into this very intentionally. Strength and courage. It's just having the courage to go after. And when it's in reverse, it's saying you need to have more courage. The Justice card. So the Justice card has to do with fairness, the law. You can see she's holding the scales. And so sometimes this can mean it has something to do with the court system or legal issues. Or it can be karma, good karma, bad karma. Wheel of Fortune is very similar. It's the ebbs and flows in life. It's the highs and lows. And so when it's upright, it's saying that you're coming into an easy season, good luck, abundance. And when it's in reverse, it's that you're facing challenges, but these are necessary challenges for growth. Then we get the Hermit. There's more. I just grabbed some of them. Then we get the Hermit, which is that pulling your energy. It's isolating, and when it's upright, it can be in a good way. It can be taking time for yourself. It's being just reflecting and focusing on you for some time. Sometimes we all need to kind of go into hermit mode. When it's in reverse, it's just saying that it's to your detriment, that you need to get back out there. Then we get the Hangman. So this is stagnant energy. It's taking pause. It's feeling like you're just hanging there, right? You're waiting for something to happen. In reverse, that stagnancy is going to come to an end. And so while it can be interpreted as both positive and negative. It depends on what's around it. Sometimes that taking a pause is a good thing, and sometimes it's, hey, you can't just wait around all day for something to happen. You got to make things happen. Then we get the Death card, which is one everyone gets so afraid of, but you really shouldn't, because it's actually a pretty positive card. The Death card is the ending, and it's a transformation from one thing to the next. So think like a caterpillar into a butterfly. So the Death also is releasing, so it's letting go of things that no longer serve you to make room for what does. Temperance. So this is all about balance, hope, harmony, things being very fair and even. When it's in reverse, the situation is unfair. It's not balanced. There's a lack of harmony between these two people or in this situation. Wheel of Fortune. This is the highs and lows in life. This is the ebbs and flows. And so when it's upright, things are going good. Think about a roller coaster. Upright, things are going good. You're going up. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, things are going to be a struggle. Things are going down. But there's lessons in the going down. There's growth in those struggles. And when things are going up, it's just a time to be grateful and to be appreciative of all the blessings. And then we get the Devil card. So this is the Capricorn card, but it's this idea. Think about the 7 deadly sins and how we let our vices control us. And so, you know, in some ways it can be a good sign. Like in a love reading, sometimes this signifies like lust, but it is telling us not to overindulge. When it's in reverse, somebody here is really overindulging in their vices. This can be, think about any of them: gluttony, overeating, or sloth, being too lazy. But also in lust, it could be, somebody who is thinking out of lust rather than respecting their partner, that sort of thing. And each of these cards have so many more meanings. We're just getting through them. So Judgment is exactly that, a judgment being made. Think about in court when they make that final decision. When it's upright, it's a decision that is for the best. It is a blessing. It is coming down, you can see from the heavens to usher in a whole new chapter. Judgment in reverse is a resistance to that. It's not accepting this new chapter. The Star card. So the Star is all about hope and healing and shining brighter. And when it's in reverse, it's that you need to be doing some healing work, some inner healing work, some shadow work. The Moon, speaking of shadows. So the Moon is what is unknown. It's what's hiding in the dark. It's also that things can look different at nighttime. It's an illusion. And in reverse, it's that seeking out that truth. It is that things being revealed. Like the sun, which the sun is that the sun comes up and everything comes to the surface. But it's also a very happy card. You could see that there's flowers in the sun and they're riding on this majestic horse. It's a sign that you're coming into a season where things are going to be a lot brighter, a lot happier, a lot more joyful. In reverse, there's some kind of blockage here. You could be having this great life. What's holding you back, kind of thing. Then the Tower card, the infamous Tower card. So it is an uncomfortable ending. It is things falling apart. It's having the rug pulled out from under you, and it is a painful ending. And when it's in reverse, it's letting that go. It's accepting what has happened and it's moving forward. Then we get the final card of the entire deck, the World. This is everything coming together. So think about after that fool's journey, right? All the lessons they've learned through the entire deck of cards, and everything's falling into place for them. They've learned everything they need to learn, all the karmic lessons, all the struggles, all that growth, and now they're ready to they're at their highest self, and their life is now abundant in all the areas, in love, romance, the mind, communication, projects, paths they're going down. Everything finally falls into place. Okay, so you've made it through learning all the cards, and now it's time for the cheat code that I promised so that you could be reading tarot in as soon as 1 minute, and that is a learner's deck. So you could see this deck. Let's see if we can do it like this. It has the cards on it, but it also has the meanings written, both for upright and reverse. And it'll also give you the different signs that are associated with it. It'll give you the reverse meaning. And I truly believe that this is the best way to learn tarot, is get yourself a learner's deck. Just start doing it. Do it every morning. Decide what kind of pull you like to do, and every single morning do it. And with time, the best way to learn is just by reading your cards every single day. You're going to become more familiarized with them. You're going to start to notice all these little details in them. Thank you so much for watching. If you could hit like and subscribe, it's the best way you can say thank you to me for sharing this information. And I hope you can all go out there, grab yourself either a learner's deck or jump right into a typical deck and start reading tarot anytime you need it.